Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Friday, May the 12th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. It's time for the weekly wrap-up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And let's just put that reminder out there. Always have your risk management in place. Never lose any more than you're willing to lose on a particular trade. So let's go to the charts. Let's take a quick look at the monthly. We're at the 124.50 point. We're 15 off the low for the month, 229 off the high, and 101 below the open. For the week, we're 2 off the low, 230 off the high, and 175 below the weekly open. And notice all the weekly open gaps have filled. And we can see we broke out of the opening range for the week. The past 3 days, Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. You can see here at 26.12. I guess they were trying to tell us something. And you can see here we had the opening range for the month. We fell below it today at the 124, let's call it 80. And we're 30 pips below that right now. You know, these are kind of numbers that you can mark, you can set alerts for. So when it happens, you can take a look and see if you want to take those trades. Because as you can see, they're usually worth, a couple bucket loads of pips here. For the year, we're at 361 above the open, 229 off the high, and 648 off the low. And notice we had an inside bar 9 days ago, and today we went below that inside bar at the 124.80, let's call it. And you can see we're now in the range of the last weekly inside bar from 3 weeks ago, and we're still above the high of the monthly inside bar that happened 3 months ago. And there's only about a handful of inside bar action today. I'd like to know if there's any inside bar traders out there. I know in the past there have been some. The range today only 92 pips, even though we did have some red news. But we have plenty of pairs over 100. In fact, the pound New Zealand, what I like to call the new beast, is 355 pips of range. I wonder what was going on there. Must have been something, but that's one heck of a day. Anybody trade that? Notice the dollar yen's putting in some respectable ranges. 135. Dollar's definitely in flux, that's for sure. For the buy zone traders, earlier in the session you had some long triggers paying off, and here later we had some sell zone triggers paying off right around that double O. Rats. The red rats, I don't know if they actually had a chance to feast because I'm not sure the range was high enough here. But the green rats are now looking to see if they can start feasting. The pivot trading plan, near S1, bias is long. And we're slightly below S1 right now by about 7 pips. We did not take out the daily pivot though. So we missed the daily pivot by 8 pips. And it looks like we still have a bunch of missed pivots left in March. All below here. Oh, I forgot something. Let's take a quick look here at the weekly pivot. We took that out, and we've taken out the monthly pivot. The wick zone, daily wick zone from the previous day, you can see we were in and out of that lower wick zone to the upside, and then we finally crashed through the downside, and we're now 45, call it 46 pips below. And we're sitting right there at that 2450 psycho mark. So does it want to go to 75 or does it want to go to 25? It's one of the things I've been noticing, how price likes to move along those quarters. And one of the things that we forget, I think, we talk about pips. 100 pips is a penny on the dollar-based stocks. So, that's just something to keep in mind. So, it seems like the big banks like to move things around in terms of, quarters and dollars rather than, nickels and dimes. So you almost always see those moves. When we look at the chart with the yellow lines, that's like it hits one, it usually takes it to the other. So if you can wait as a swing trader, for those 25 pip moves, if you're on the right side of the trade, that's your profit. So for the week, we had 231 pips so far. We could actually push that out. We keep going down here. And the ATR for over the last 14 weeks is 234. So you can see, once again, these weekly ranges have been pretty low, and especially in the percentile. High minus previous high, 27 pip breakout to the north, but we didn't break out of the previous week's low yet. We still have a few trading hours left in the day. On the high minus close for the rats, 229 for the red rats, and right now only 2 for the green rats. Buy zone traders off of the weekly open, 54 pips to the north and 177 to the south. And it looks like we're pushing that range. Set indicator H1 low, 2-day low. And these are the psychologicals here. 25, 50, 00, and 75. We've cracked the 50. This is the third time. Usually third time or fourth time's a charm. You can see it here. 1, 2, 3. On the 25, it was crisscrossing here. Then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the other thing to note, once again, the ranges on the half hour have been muted. Hour, we had some news, but we're still barely making any pips here. Just earlier today in the London session, looks like we had some 20s up until the news. So once again, timing. When do you trade and how much do you look to make? See, we broke out of the previous M30 low right there. And looking at the semaphores, you can see here 3 ball to 3 ball. And we 48 was a 3-ball on the bottom 89 minutes ago. Now 90. And we had a 3-ball up here 50 minutes ago. Boy, there's a huge gap up, and then that gap was filled. It's another thing to look for sometimes is these gaps. And they usually wind up filling. Like here's a gap here. It took it a while, but it got filled. And it's just one of those things you notice on the charts. Sometimes it helps pick in picking a direction. And let's go through the stats here. Month of May, only 244 pips. Let's see, so we need to beat 279, so we're not the lowest. And let's take a look at the year-to-date accumulated range. I do believe we moved it up to 877. And if we take a look at as a percentage here from the first of the year, 2.97% at the moment. Looks like you should have taken the money off the table in April. Hindsight, right? Then let's just take a quick look here at the ATR for the month. 640, so we've got a ways to go. And where are we from an ATR percentage? We're only at 38%. Last month only at 47. So hopefully we'll see some movement here. Now, frequency distributions. Right now, looking at the high, open, low. That's for buy zone traders. I think we can change the time frame. Yeah. So right here on the H1. You can see the funny thing is if you get in at the open, previous bar green versus previous bar red, you're almost guaranteed a couple of pips. So if you can get in right at that open and put your TP at 2, it almost doesn't matter. Does it work all the time? No, because you can see it didn't work here. It hasn't worked here so far. But when you look back, how many times do you need to win to be satisfied and hit your daily goal? That's something that we might explore is how many wins do you need to hit your daily goal? Based on what your average return is per trade. Let's see. Looking at our trade reminder indicator here. I'm trying to see if there's anything of note on the daily. Seller strong control on the weekly. Distance to the indicator 2, which is the 5 EMA. 33 pips. We exceeded the previous range. So I don't really see anything else earth-shattering out there. Higher high, higher low on the month. So, fellow traders, I hope you had a profitable day, week, and month, and year so far. And I want to wish you a fun and safe weekend. And make sure you come back. And I guess Seeker, appreciate you always giving thanks out there. So thank you. Hello to the traders over there on the Reddit group. Appreciate you guys, you traders, coming along. And this is the Rumpled One. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the